I'm working with a slightly different file than I was working on the previous demo, so my compositions are a little different, but the same basic elements have been used here. Um, I'm just going to explain the rest of these steps rather than walk you through. Um, so step 9 says add multiple bitmap or alternative images. In the previous row I worked with just a single image. It's in a rectangle. Um, it's either full bleed or cropped or rotated. Um, Now I want to work with bitmap images, so I'm going to place, or other images. So I'm going to, let me zoom in here on my add multiple bitmap. Um, I'm going to start by placing an image of Iowa, replacing the square there. So that's an image that is actually a vector image. You can copy and paste your state or country. Um, I've got sliced bread maker, got a swimmer, and I've got some blights here. I'll show a little bit about these, but when I place a bitmap image, it can be placed either as black or white. Now, in case you're wondering what I'm doing here, I'm not actually placing them. I'm just showing you the order that I placed them. So I've deleted these in reverse order and I'm undeleting them as I go to show you how the compositions get built. So there's one composition. I really just copied this whole composition and rotated the images, but over here, again, Iowa swimmers rotated, bread, Iowa blights, swimmer, more blights, bread. And so there's just a change of hierarchy and scale, just like we did in that first row. I think that's all of them. And if I back out here, I can see that I've just been working with bitmap images, but I've got a whole variety of new compositions. I'm going to zoom in here and just say, as a demonstration, that if I select this bitmap image, I can change its fill color to white if I want, and I can take out a huge swath of my composition. Um, Back down, and then I'm going to look at the bottom row. So down here, the instructions are really just there as guideposts. Let me zoom down here to the bottom row. So combine full and partial images, where this row was using dropped out images or things that aren't rectangular. Now I can combine that full bleed image with some of my other images, and when I start doing that, sometimes the frame can get so full of stuff that it's hard to manage what's going on. So in the last step, I just removed some things. Like Blights is still there, but I made it white and I made it not visible. Again, because this is about finding a composition that I like, do I care if some of your information is deleted or not visible or cropped off the page? I do not. We're just looking for, is this an engaging composition? And do I have a full array of explorations that I can choose from for exploring what I might do with color? So I have a few here that I think are workable, and that was my goal. And even if they didn't work, this is still the assignment. Your purpose is to explore and see what you can find, not to find the right answer. So there's the whole array of black and white image composition process file.